Yes, team. Now, welcome to this week's YouTube video where we are going to run through why consistency is the fucking key for fat loss. A lot of people feel like it's down to a magic plan, like it's down to luck, your metabolism, your genes, but it's not. Fat loss, like anything in life, fitness, work, it comes down to consistency. Your consistent input into a certain aspect and area in your life, then you can expect an output from that. If you're not putting the effort in, you're not putting the input in, you're not going to get the outcome result that you actually want. So we're just going to run through why consistency is key for that, especially fat loss, and how consistency changed my life and how it changed your life as well. So without further ado, let's get into it. I really do need to sort of set up a bit of a better setup for the podcast style videos, don't I? But guess what? You got to fucking deal with it, aren't you, mate? But yeah, let's get into it. So, stage one was always the inconsistent part of my life, where I do the right things for a certain amount of weeks and I pack it in, repeat that cycle 3 times a year, cry as to why I'm fat, why people hate me, when in reality, people didn't hate me. That was just my own perception of myself. And pretty much my own perception of myself was down to what I was doing. And what I was doing was keeping me fat, keeping on getting fatter, and keeping me in an unhappy state in life. And whenever I tried to do something, I was inconsistent. And when I was inconsistent, that led to no results. So the stage one, which I'm sure if you're watching this, you've been through the exact same situation, is where you're unhappy. You've tried to change, you're doing the right things to change, but you're not being consistent, so it's not sticking. Like I said, the inputs aren't consistent enough to get the output. So yeah, for me, when I was inconsistent, my heaviest weight was 17 stone, 18 stone, which isn't great. It's not great at all, to be honest with you. Like, that's morbidly obese. Like, that's not good. And yeah, I think when I was inconsistent, it'd lead to me doing bad things more often, over snacking, moving less, binging over the weekend, 3-4 takeaways a week, but eating for like a family of 4 when I get a takeaway, because that's what gave me comfort. And when you're inconsistent towards doing good things, you're going to be more consistent towards the bad things. Simple as that. Just like it is when you're consistent towards the good things, you're going to be inconsistent towards going out more, binging more, takeaways more, going out with your friends, eating shit food more, drinking more. It happens like that, and ultimately it just depends what outcome and what output you want out of your life and your journey. So if you're one that wants to live for like a life of regret, inconsistency, not being fit, not taking care of yourself, and just overall being unsatisfied with the way you feel, then yeah, be inconsistent towards taking care of yourself and be more consistent towards damaging yourself. But if being fit and healthy matters to you because you've got family, you've got kids, or you want kids, and you want family that you want to be able to provide for, you want to be there for, you want to be the active father, the active mum that is there for the kids, and not just is there but they're not present because they can't do many things because they're unfit and unhealthy, and they don't have the urge to actually go out and play with the kids or take out to the theme park, etc., stuff like that, then it's about doing the right things and getting to that point. Because if you're not going to put the right inputs in and be consistent with eating clean, training to a certain degree, keeping active, then you're not going to get that. And a lot of things that people fall the fuck off with and get confused with is that they feel they need to be perfect and consistently perfect. No. Perfect is a scam. Perfect doesn't exist in no world. It doesn't. Because the way you may see something as perfect, in that person's life, they could be going through a hell of a fucking shit cycle right now. Everyone's got shit going on, and every situation is not going to put you into that perfect light, because nothing's perfect. There's something always going wrong or a roadblock in your life. So it's not about being perfect, it's just about being fucking good and being the best that you can be. That's what I say to all my clients and my team. Just be the best you can be on that day, and you'll be fucking sweet. Because you're not always going to be able to be operating at 95, 90% every single day. Some days you're going to be feeling as low as 40%. And that is normal. You're a human being. Your energy is going to be lower sometimes. You're going to have a shit night's sleep due to other factors. Maybe it's family arguing, or you're working late, or had to stay up with your mate talking about a certain situation, something that they're going through. Or you might have decided, you know what, fuck it, I've had a hell of a shit week, I want to watch Netflix for a little bit longer tonight. So you stay up a little bit longer, you get a bit of a shit sleep from that, so you go to the gym next day feeling a bit shit. But it's the human life and that's life, so you're not always going to feel great. So I don't always feel like you need to be performing great as well. Because ultimately, fat loss isn't down to being perfect, it's about being consistent and consistent over the course of months. Now, when it comes to fat loss, you're not going to be in a fat loss phase for years. You're probably going to be in it for a couple of months, depending on what your goal is, how much you want to lose. But fat loss is going to build you that lifestyle. And I always preach it as fat loss build a lifestyle is because it's not about fat loss. Like, I'm not saying, oh, be losing fat forever. No, it's a habit you build trying to lose fat. Being more active, watching what you eat more, having a bit more routine and structure around your eating. So you've got a bit more flexibility with your social life, and you actually enjoy social life more. You're not going out every single weekend and you're not feeling good in yourself. So you're training hard, you're eating good, you're more active, you've got a better sort of rest and recovery cycle, and your lifestyle is just at a 5 times level compared to what it was. But that lifestyle is going to get you fat loss. So when I say build the lifestyle, I mean build the healthier lifestyle, the more active lifestyle, because that's what's going to carry you further in life with relationships, work, and obviously just getting to a point where you can push on for further goals. Fat loss for most people is the introduction into the fitness circle, into the fitness journey. And once you've completed the first step, that second step could be, right, I want to gain a lot more muscle now, focus on power building, powerlifting. Or you could be like, right, I want to get a bit more into running now. You go into running, you go into a good running block, work towards a half marathon, a marathon, 10k, 5k, whatever that is, you bullet towards that. Or you might go down a completely different route and be like, you know what, I just want to keep active, keep on getting fitter and stronger, not really focus on any specific training, but just keeping active and keeping me happy and keeping my mind in a good place. Fitness and fat loss is just that opening step for you to progress further in your journey. Everyone's journey is different as to what they want. But pretty much the moral of the story is, if you're not consistent with the daily inputs, the weekly inputs into fat loss, you're not going to get what you want. So what I always say to my clients is the first thing you want to nail down for fat loss is your activity. Because you can lose fat by eating clean, taking care of your nutrition, cleaning it up a lot more. Yeah, but what I always say is it's best to start feeling good and enjoying the process a lot more. And that's what training's going to give you. It's going to give you that sense of purpose, a bit more of a drive, more ambition of what you're actually working towards. That's what training will give you and being more active. So that's the first thing I tick off. And then you start to tidy up the nutrition, then start to work around a few things and just tighten things up nutritionally and just focus a lot more on your whole meals, getting your main meals in, cutting out the snacks a little bit more, cutting out the more processed foods, takeaways, meals out, drinks out. Not cutting out completely, but you're starting to reduce it, because ultimately that's going to help you get to your goal a little bit quicker. So they're the two main principles you need to focus on: eating cleaner, training hard and being more active, get your daily steps in, and on the weekend not becoming a lazy little bitch as well. Keeping active over the weekend too. Third thing that you want to focus on is your rest and recovery. Your rest days are fucking vital, and so is your recovery. Your recovery is your sleep and taking care of yourself and actually giving yourself the downtime you need. A lot of people struggle with that. I struggle with that because I'm always just so busy. But obviously it's self-inflicted busyness, like training wise, work. Like, I want to do that, so that's why I sacrifice my downtime. But then sometimes I'll always find myself craving that downtime. Like, body's like saying, like, fucking hell, Tom, give me a fucking rest there. I'm like, alright then, Sam, no worries. So having that sort of routine with your downtime, your rest and recovery is so important, as well as training hard and eating clean. Because if your body's not resting, you're not going to feel energized, you're going to feel shit, you ain't going to enjoy training, you ain't going to want to eat clean, and that's when you're probably going to quit the journey. And that's why when people go 100% straight away into this journey, more than likely they quit, and then they're inconsistent, and then they're in that 3-month cycle then or per year where they try and lose weight, it doesn't work out, they go sad, they get upset, they try it again, go sad, get upset, they try it again, they say, fucking hell, that's not for me, this. That's what you want to avoid. So just being more consistent at an 80% level rather than being consistently shit at 100% level is way better. If you can maintain 80% for 5 weeks, but you can only maintain 100% for a week and a half, do the 5 weeks, and then say every 5 weeks you give yourself half a week sort of deload, you're back onto the fat loss cycle then. It's about being consistently good over a longer period of time, not necessarily being perfect for a short period of time. And that's why so many people don't achieve the results they want. And that's why consistency is so fucking vital. I hope that sort of gives you an aspect as to why consistency is key, because this was me. No, actually, this was me without consistency. This was me going 100% for a few weeks and packing it in. This was me being consistent and sticking at it for a longer period of time and not necessarily being 100%. You can see the fucking difference there. You see? It's not about being perfect, it's about being good, but for longer. So, yeah, I hope that gives you a bit of an insight into why consistency is key for fat loss. And also, if you've got any more questions, you can always pop over to my Instagram, pop me a message over there. There's more content over on my Instagram, more short form content that is very similar to this. More, yeah, just give you an insight into fat loss and obviously helping you achieve the goals that you want. That's my mission, that's my goal. But yeah, if you did enjoy this video, make sure to drop a like, subscribe, even drop a cheeky little comment if you want as well. But yeah, I've also got a link down below for 4 weeks of free coaching. So if you want access to that, click on that, and you'll get sent to a page where you just need to sort of enter it, and you'll be able to get access to the 4 weeks of free coaching, which will give you a bit of a head start on your own journey. And then obviously if you do enjoy that, you can always reach out to me. I'll be able to talk a little bit more about going a little bit further with one-to-one coaching. But yeah, other than that, people, I hope you enjoyed the fucking video, and I hope you have a great fucking week as well, because once again, you've got one life, so make your life as best as you can do. And if that means getting a little bit in better shape and taking care of yourself more, do it. If it means going out for a pint on the weekend, do it. But whatever you do, make sure you do it with your whole heart and you take care of yourself and enjoy the fucking journey. Alright, peace and love, people.